To run my life, to run my side, to run my heart in such a common places. Is that your ideal? Is that so mine? It all begins when you hit 100. Mob is alive, the mob is high, the mob is staying frustrated on you. Is that your ideal? Is that so mine? Right now, oh, your life is so old. Get ready, wait, you're setting up wrong. Get ready, danger in the wrong. Get ready, wait, you're setting up wrong. Get ready. Shut it down. Can you feel your satisfaction? Your mob. Can you feel your frustration? Coming down. Can you feel your satisfaction? You're not what you want to be. You're the star. You're the star of the show. You run my life, you run my psyche, you run my heart. talk to you in high school. Couldn't even get a look cause you were too cool. But now we're older and we're playing by the new rules. We lived and learned, cause as time moves on, we find we belong. And then in the end, we were the ones you used to make fun of. We stayed at home alone instead of falling in love. We never got the chance to be prom king. We didn't even dance, but here's the thing. We got the cars, we got the money. We need some sun, but I'm telling you, honey, that the geeks will. Geeks will. We will inherit the earth. The geeks will inherit the earth. The geeks will. We will inherit the earth.
The geeks will inherit the earth.
Everybody tries to tell you that you're different, so you run away and wonder if it makes sense. But the day will come when you will get a new chance. The tables turn, and you know you'll be much more than they see. In time, you'll find we were the ones you used to make fun of. We stayed at home alone instead of falling in love. Never got the chance to be prom king. We didn't even dance, but here's the thing. We got the cars, we got the money. We need some sun, but I'm telling you, honey, that the geeks will. Geeks will. We will inherit the earth. The geeks will inherit the earth. The geeks will. We will inherit the earth.
The geeks will inherit the earth.
The geeks will inherit the earth.
We were the ones you used to make fun of. We stayed at home alone instead of falling in love. We never got the chance to be prom king. We didn't even dance, but here's the thing. We got the cars, we got the money. We need some sun, but I'm telling you, honey, that the geeks will. Geeks will. We will inherit the earth.
The geeks will inherit the earth.
The geeks will. We will inherit the earth.
No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. And no one knows what it's like to be hated, to be faded, to telling only lies. But my dreams, they aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be. I have out. my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am. Well, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. So you can wipe off that grin. I know where you've been. It's all been a pack of lies. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. And I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh no. Well, I remember, don't worry.
Hey,
How could I ever forget? It's the first time, the last time we ever met. But I know the reason why you keep your silence up. No, you don't fool me. The hurt doesn't show, the pain still grows. No stranger to you and me. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. And I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord.
When a humble bard graced a ride along with Geralt of Rivia, along came this song. From when the White Wolf fought a silver-tongued devil, his army of elves at his hooves did they revel. They came after me with masterful deceit, broke down my loot and they kicked in my teeth, while the devil's horns minced our tender meat. So cried the witcher, he can't be pleased. Toss a coin to your witcher, or valley of plenty, or valley of plenty. Toss a coin to your witcher, or valley of plenty. At the end of the world,
Just give me a reason to keep my heart beating. Don't worry, it's safe right. Hello again, friend of a friend. I knew you when our common goal was waiting for the world to end. Now that the truth is just a rule that you can bend, you crack the whip, shape shift and trick the past again.
I'll send you my love on a wire, light you up every time, everyone pulls away from you.
Got balls of steel, got an automobile for a minimum wage. Got real estate, I'm buying it all up in outer space. Now that the truth is just a rule that you can bend, you crack the whip, shape shift and trick the past again.
Send you my love on a wire, lift you up every time, everyone pulls away. It's a mechanical bullet, number one. You'll take a ride from anyone. Everyone wants a ride, pulls away from you.
Girl, I sense something strange in my mind. Situations, let's cure it 'cause we're running out of time. It's so relationships, they seem from the start. It's all so when love is not together from the heart. It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. Miss her, kiss her, love her.
Wrong move, you're dead.
That girl is never trust a big button to
I were you, I'd take precautions.
Before I start to meet a fly girl, you know, 'cause in some you'll think she's the best thing in the world. She's so fine, she'll drive you right out of your mind, steal your heart when you're mine. Beware, she's scheming, she'll make you think you're dreaming. You'll fall in love and be screaming, demon.
Poison, deadly, moving it slow. Looking for a mellow fellow like Richie getting paid. Lay so better lay low. Scheming on house money and the whole show. The low pro hoe should be cut like an afro. So what you saying, huh? She's a winner to you, but I know she's a loser.
How do you know?
Me and the crew used to do her. Richie.
The bar shake, thinking I'm taking them all. And that night, I played the ball. Checking out the fellas, the highs and lows. Keeping one eye open, still clocking the hoes. There was one particular that stood out from the rest. Poison ass can beat the hop out with chest. One of us in and he new to the show. Richie, shy guy, let go. And now you know. Yo, shy guy, blow.
Can't get it out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. Miss her, kiss her, love her. That girl is poison. Never trust a big button to smile. This is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
La 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 la. Ra la 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 la.
This is how we do it.
Ra 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 ra. This is how we do it. It's Friday night and I feel alright. The party's here on the west side, so I reach for my Game Boy and I turn it up. Designated driver, take the keys to my truck. Hit the shore cause I'm faded. Honey's in the streets, say Professor, yo, we made it. It feels so good in my hood tonight. The summertime skirts and the guys that can eye. All the gangbangers forgot about the drive-by. You gotta get your groove on before you go get paid. So tip up your cup and throw your hands up and let me hear the party say, I'm kinda buzzed and it's all because
This is how we do it.
South Central does it like nobody does.
This is how we do it.
To all my neighbors, you got much flavor.
This is how we do it.
Let's flip the track, bring the old school back.
This is how we do it.
This is how we do it. All hands are in the air, and we were from here to there. If you're an OG Mac or a wannabe player, you see the hood's been good to me ever since I was a lowercase G. But now I'm a big G. The girls see I got the money, $101 bills, y'all. If you were from where I'm from, then you would know that I gotta get mine in a big black truck, and you can get yours in a 6'4". Whatever it is, the party's underway. So tip up your cup and throw your hands up and let me hear the party say, I'm kinda buzzed and it's all because
This is how we do it.
South Central does it like nobody does.
This is how we do it.
To all my neighbors, you got much flavor.
This is how we do it.
Let's flip the track, bring the old school back. This is how we do it. Kind of buzz, it's all because this is how we do it. South Central does it like nobody does. Nobody does. Wish I got and Sci-Fi. All my homies, I never come back on an old school track. This is how we do it.
Once upon a time in 94, Dr. Bird made no money and life she was slow. All the 7-6 in his stood, and people thought the music that he made was good. Then a little pop star, Shy Guy was his name, came up the side ride, this is what he say. You and OG are gonna make some cash, sell a million records and we'll make it a dash.
Like nobody does. To all my neighbors, you got much flavor. I'll never come back on an old school track. Oh, she's got the flavor. Shaggy does it like nobody does. Play you one, play you two. Let's flip the track in the old school path.
Hello.
Hello.
This is how we do it.
Hello, Scott.
Can you hear me?
You are low. Turn on camera. That camera. Okay, I'm going to turn off my camera then, since I am super small on my screen. You are very dark, my friend.
Well, it's because all the lights are off and just my monitor's on.
Ah, spoopy. I guess we'll do it frickin' this way. I hate Discord stuff, but
Do we just want to do cameras off then?
I mean, we can. I'm still, like, I'll put the cameras up. No, I just don't like Discord's sound for actual positive recording. I don't know what's going on with Zencaster. I'll reach out to them and we'll try again tomorrow.
Yeah, it's odd.
It is very odd. Alright, so we're going to go to window capture. Yes. We're going to go to Discord-Scott. And we're going to take a Scott. And we're going to make him Scott-sized.
Oh god, that's too big.
Omega Scott.
Oh no, I just did the pop out on my right screen.
Ow. Alright, I don't need your microphone. Just take
There, look at my right eye. With the reflection.
Yeah. Alright, so here's a Scott. Scott's camera needs to go down. I'll put on the pre-show text. Because this is a pre-show, obviously. Because we have had technical difficulties. Because it's not a Geeks show without technical difficulties.
Oh god.
So, I'm going to go ahead and announce this now while we're in the pre-show and nobody's actually paying attention to here. But, yeah. So, yeah. Anime pirate D&D stuff.
Yeah, that is a wonderful idea. My immediate brain went to Luffy,
I mean, that's absolutely
and
something we
then
can do, but
I went to Broken Anime Magical Girl.
I mean, that is
Cabbage
also
Pink.
something that you can do.
No, Cabbage Pink broken in my head. Then I thought 5e anime, and then I'm like, oh no,
Did you shut your
someone
camera
can make
off?
a barb. Yeah, shut my camera off just for a sec.
Oh, okay. Well, they have the races in there, and they have the classes. So I'm going to try and stick to those, unless we can't find something that we want to do in with those.
True. Or we just reskin something.
Yeah, because they do have rules in there for regular D&D classes and stuff how to skin it for their world.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you don't have like a design of a character, you can always say, well, that race fits this X race. It's just a reskin.
Yeah.
Um, though,
I'm just waiting for you to turn your camera back on to see where
okay.
how this looks. I know I'm breaking
was
the
gonna take it.
illusion.
Breaking the illusion. Okay.
My green screen technical background because I have a picture of my game shelf. Where are you? Where'd your screen go? Why did you disappear?
How did I disappear? Hang on. In, out.
What? You're like...
Or did I pop into a new location?
I think that might be it because...
I think we might have. Okay, so I think I know what this is. I think last time you and I tried to do anything, and I think it was like with D&D, we were trying to do a multi-room, and anytime we killed a camera, it would mess up the recording of the actual video
Yes,
itself.
and it does that for this as well because that's the reason why I knew you closed your camera off because I'm like, oh god, you went away.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted 1 second to take care of something for myself, so I don't have the urge during the recording.
And then your face disappeared, so I can't get that either. Damn it, Scott, you're a professional. Put your face where your face is going to be so I know how to put your face where your face is.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. There's your face. I'm going to make your face there. I'm going to...
The position may change up or down depending on how I'm feeling.
That's fine, just I needed to...
Frame of reference.
Yes. Ah! As I knock
Camera refocused.
As I knock my camera into the freaking sky. Okay. There's me, there's you. Okay.
Finish
Jeez.
this, please.
Alright. Alright.
Just want to get it out of my system.
Go, yeah, do your stuff. I'm gonna sit here and wait for Sculpt.
Disappearing. Just got the door open and I'm away from my computer.
Like a smirking bad for your computer.
Trying to stop.
Barker. Hey, you're an adult. You do you.
I need
boo.
more help to reduce my stress.
But
I'll
yes.
shoehorn something in.
Yeah, I am very excited with this. I have a couple people that I'm hoping acknowledge my existence that I have asked to come along with this on this ride that we're planning.
We're doing a pirate, and as I said, I promise not to drown a boss again.
Yeah, I think with this little fork of 5e that it's going to take me a little bit of time to figure out that, but you guys are going to be starting at level 1, so either I'm going to be over-tuning or under-tuning things. But I'd rather do the new set since we're partnering with them from square one. But, like, I even have the idea of completely ripping off One Piece by you guys gaining your powers through eating some kind of food of some kind.
Especially considering we like Food Mancer type bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what I'm going to go with you guys.
I mean, it works, especially considering pirate theme.
Yeah.
And anime, so anime in a sense allows you to follow trope.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, if somebody's going to follow a trope, you follow Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, or Naruto for your big three tropes. And
Yeah, I actually might say we might want to use Jujutsu
oh, Jujutsu
Kaisen,
Tyson. Oh my God, yes. And I think there's
Boogie
a
Woogie for
yeah,
a monk.
yes. Monk would be
From
definitely the one that would be able to fit best in this set.
Well, of course, a monk and a fighter actually fit the bill of an anime character.
Yeah,
Come on.
with the classes from
And then a rogue.
yeah, with the
So this
classes
archer.
from the PHB. Fighter's fine, rogue is fine because I mean it has a swashbuckler freaking archetype. Wizard obviously, as long as you're not Asta. Screamy boy.
No, no one can guarantee anything.
Really, the only ones that wouldn't
Cough,
fully.
cough, pride.
I'm gonna be the Wizard King. Date Bayo.
Oh, when he comes back, I pray for that.
Sorry, I was off being a pirate.
Oh, you have an idea now.
Actually, yeah.
I mean, theoretically, anime world is non-canon, so shit can happen.
well, no, it's gonna be the same like where the pirate campaign was. It's almost like I have this this world that I want to eventually monetize.
I know.
And
So weird things can happen.
Yeah, and I'm completely okay with that because it is a living world, it's an evolving world. But I still
Yeah.
want it in Athalor because that area that you guys were in Gen Con is like a great pirate area.
Oh, I
But
don't disagree. I vividly remember it in my head.
Yeah, that being said, anime bullshit is completely canon in my game. Like,
Oh, I know. I mean, considering what we're trying, the next 6 seconds suck.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
you and I are probably the only two actually remembered that.
Yeah, because I freaking remember everything because that's my job. But I mean,
Yeah,
in this
and
last
I'm-
episode, somebody slapped somebody's butt and they became something giant. Like, you can't tell me that that's not anime. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'm a freaking goblin with Kopech freaking short swords and
yeah, exactly.
I'm a freaking goblin meme in in a sense.
So I mean, just fully blending the anime 5e stuff into it, it's not really going to be that hard. It's just going to be a little bit more over the top, but that's what I want. Like I want.
Oh God, yeah.
I want the bullshit. I want the anime bullshit. I've been reading through the book. I haven't finished it yet, but I've been reading through it. And oh man, it's glorious if I have people playing with me. My friend, Rachel's friend, Brian said he's joining us. He's a big D&D nerd. He reminds me a lot of you, actually. So, in a good way.
Which good way? Because I'm chaotic at times. Dude.
Yes. So, you and him have a lot in common with the way that you guys think. We'll go with that.
Oh God. You're in for trouble.
But
so you just want to keep inviting trouble.
Yes. But, like, I want... Rachel's not sure if she's going to join us yet or not. I hope Phil will, because I think Phil would get into it.
Phil would get into it for sure. I mean, considering we've broken him in with PoE.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, I made it during Chaos Crew recordings, so maybe he will be able to join us.
Yep.
So, hopefully, here's to hoping. If not, I've also reached my hand out to a few others, and a couple of them already said that they can't, but a few of them are checking their schedules. So, and kind of the same thing, 4 or 5 people, and I might just let you guys figure out your crewing of your ship that you may get eventually, because kind of like Luffy, y'all are gonna start out landlocked.
Okay.
Like, but what I'm saying is the PHB classes, like, Warlock is It could happen. It could work. The Grim Dark Warlock probably not as a hero. Because then you go into like Sasuke territory, and while that is okay, it's kind
I
of.
mean, really, what you would do with a warlock is go Naruto.
Yeah,
That's a warlock.
yeah. But they
right
have
there.
mystical ninjas in the 5e, so if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna say, hey, look at the mystical ninja in the
Yeah.
PDF.
Because, like, the way a warlock would work is kind of like you're getting possessed by something.
Yeah, exactly. And they have stuff like
So-
that as well in there. Like I can give you powers like that. I can make you a Jinchuriki.
Don't give anyone the power to Lelouch. Please, no. Please, no.
No, they're
Not even. It's overpowered
yes.
level of bullshit.
I do like how one of the classes in there is Isekai Hero, and that makes me so happy. That is
Considering the one I
guaranteed.
just started watching too would be great.
That is guaranteed, by the way, an NPC. I am guaranteed making an Isekai Hero as an NPC.
Oh, wait. Are you making it the isekai hero who has no powers at all?
No, oh god,
Generic,
no.
ordinary person.
I'm talking like Overlord, fucking Slime Tensai, fucking
Oh, time
Shield
God
Hero bullshit. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Like that may not be like a traveling companion NPC, but you can guarantee that at least
shows
for an
up when
encounter,
shit's important.
exactly, guaranteed either for an encounter against you guys or partying with you guys, there will be at least one isekai hero in there. I'm going to have it my way to have a spoken word person for every one of their classes, strictly because we're partnering with them. So, like, I am going to have somebody in at least a combat, not right away, not planned, not, well, I'll have it planned, but, like, not but, like, how Eliza was traveling with you guys for a little bit in Campaign 1. She'll be a magical girl. And how Pride was traveling with you guys. He'll be a magical girl. And
No, Pride needs to be a magical girl.
I'm a
Pride is
pretty
magical
princess!
girl.
Magical
Eliza-
girl or a.
Eliza is a JoJo character.
Oh yes. Well, I mean, in reality, Pride is like I based Pride's character on friggin' Josuke, so
Yeah.
or Jotaro. Sorry.
Pride is a JoJo reference, and that's why she should be a magical girl.
Did you ever watch Magical Girl Ore?
Yes.
It's glorious, and that's like just a little bitty petite girl turning into Pride.
Yeah.
We should probably
Yeah,
do a video game show. Now that we got technical issues figured out.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna drop the pre-show text, and we're gonna go doing a thing. Hitting the record button. 3, 2. Good timing, computer. Hello and welcome everybody to Gamer Geeks episode number 2. I am, of course, CJ. That guy over there is Scott. How you doing tonight, Scott?
I'm doing pretty good, CJ. How about you do?
Excellent, thank you. So we're back. Back doing this again.
Another week, more video games to play.
Yes. So, yeah. What have you been playing other than what we're talking about later in the show? I know, but
Mostly Monster Hunter Rise and Outriders, and surprisingly, Outriders, part of their issues, and Steam's issues last night. Has been really stable for me, and I've been having a ton of fun with it.
Good.
Uh, I've I'm working on a pretty much if I'm long as I'm moving, I'm immortal.
Fair enough. What, you doing a bullshit Munchkin build? What? No.
Yeah, bullshit time warping rogue build.
Yeah, Munchkin
Dex
build.
tanks for the win. Dex tanks for the win.
Uh, I've been playing a lot of ESO and Skyrim. Also, freaking Persona 5 Strikers on my Switch. I haven't played it enough to give a proper, dedicated review to it yet, but it is exactly what you think it is, and I am okay with it.
What would we think it is? Because I'm not even sure.
Oh, it's
myself.
Persona 5. So, for those who don't know, Persona 5 is a JRPG.
I know this.
I know, but those who don't know is a JRPG based in Tokyo slash a fantasy world. So, like, you do this life simulator where you go to school and you go on dates and you talk with your friends and stuff like that through the Japanese school year. And you'll learn a lot about Japanese culture and how that operates and why some people get harassed on things. And then you go into people's minds and drive them insane from the inside. Because, let's face it, that's what you do. Sure, it's making them better. No, you're driving them insane from the inside. And then you come out and kiss pretty girls. But it's crossed with the Muso game, so you're Dynasty Warriors. So it is Joker running around beating the ever-living bejesus out of 7,000 freaking Jack Frosts.
Oh.
It's so much fun. It's so stupid. They have just enough Persona flair into there to be, like, really good. And enough Muso in there for me not to, like, get bored with it. Because I love Muso games. They're a guilty pleasure of mine. Except for the Gundam ones, which make me sad. I currently have downloading on my PlayStation Saga Frontier. Because I am excited about the Saga Frontier remake. So that's going to be what I'm going to be talking about next week. Spoiler alert.
Well, enjoy. I've not decided what I'm going to try to work on this weekend for next week.
We should play that hobo game that I linked in geek-io.net/Discord.
I have a big feeling that we're going to be glued to Path of Exile this weekend.
Yeah.
And that's probably what we're going to be talking about next week.
Yes. So get all of your other gameplay out of the way, because I'm going to even try and keep up with you guys a little bit on this one.
Oh, good luck.
That's why I said try. I'm not going to be as good as on you guys. I'm not going to be able to get to freaking level 80 in a day, but...
Oh, I'm not going to be level 80 a day. We've got freaking Chaos Crew that night. It's just I'm going to attempt to make about, I don't know, the first part of Act 2. First part of the second part of the Act 6.
Yeah, part 2.
I'm gonna try to make it to part 2 if the day is slow.
Yeah, I could probably do that too. Honestly, they're changing a lot, but they're not changing that much.
Well, it's me. I'm making another Legion build, but this one is so I can have this gigantic health pool to play around with those new skills, because life tap skills are generally interesting, especially if you're playing a Necromancer, where you're constantly trading your life up and down with your minions and causing a regen.
Yeah, I'm thinking a Blade Burst fighter. Not entirely sure yet, though.
The Path of Building is out, so check it out.
Yeah. That is the idea. I'm gonna play around with that, see what I can do. 1 hour or 1 day, 18 hours. I'm very excited for it. Like it is making me very happy. I do have to look through the patch notes a little bit more, and then load up some path building stuff for it.
Yeah, and for people who don't know, Path of Building is a community-driven tool that takes the game information of Path of Exile and computes it into something that helps you track your builds. So while you're running through the game, blowing through it and trying to make enough currency so you can make something even stupider,
Yeah,
for whatever challenge you seem to be wanting to work on at the time, it allows you to keep track of what you're doing,
yeah,
which is really helpful when you're trying new things and you're trying to go off the rails compared to your safe zone and
yeah.
keeping track of where you're going.
So, I mean, while we're talking about PoE, we can go through the quick changes that are going to be happening, at least the major new content and features of here. Just so, like, since we're pushing these ideas out there, maybe this will give us something. Strength, Intelligence, Skill Gem, Reap, a bloody size, swipes across the selected areas, applying a physical damage over time debuff, in addition to hitting enemies with physical damage. If enemies survive, you gain a blood charge, which raises both the damage and cost of the skill. Strength and Insanguinate, release several tendrils of blood, targeting enemies in a narrow angle in front of you. Bonus damage. The beams deal physical damage to inflict a physical damage over time to enemies. Stack up to 3 times. Enemies effects which allow skills to chain can be applied to these tendrils. I kind of want to do something with this blood stuff that they're doing here.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what's my starter is going to have a high health pool so I can play around with some of those
this is
ideas.
just what I want to do though. I don't want to do the Legion stuff.
Well, I wouldn't recommend Legion. Legion is my type of thing
Yeah, that's
because
just
I
I
like
get so
having
bored
a.
with that.
I
Petrified.
like it for AFK farming stuff, late game.
Yeah. Petrified blood. Apply a buff that protects the lower half of your life. Interesting. Preventing some of the immediate life loss when damaged by hits and applying the loss over time instead. You cannot be raised above low life by flasks. Okay. Strength and Corrupting Fever. Strength Gem Bloodthirst. I just want to make a fucking vampire.
Yeah,
I think I'm just
it's
gonna
pretty much what. There's some really cool, clever ideas you could come up with.
kind of just want to do a vampire. Blood magic support has been removed. 2 new support gems have been put in its place. Added a new strength gem, Arrogance. Added a new strength support gem, Life Tap. Supports any skill. Skills cost life instead of mana. Added 13 new unique items. Added 14 new divination cards designed by our supporters. That's something I love.
Yep.
Added ritual to the core game, rebalanced around the lower rate of encountering ritual gameplay. I don't know what that means.
They're referring more to map gameplay at the end. It's going to be you more have a 1 in 12 chance of ritual showing up as one of the events on your maps.
Gotcha.
I think that's what the map was.
Vol Reliquary Key, extremely rare drop throughout the key. Legend of Grand.
Yeah.
So it's the goblin. It's a treasure goblin, is what you're telling me.
Pretty much. You find that and you can, if provided you set up your selling stuff, we'll teach you how to do that later on. And we'll have stuff like that included on our Discord.
Yeah. And a veiled chaos orb, which is, I'm guessing, a step above chaos orbs, which are a step above.
Veiled Chaos Orbs kind of allow you to add a veil modifier to a corrupted item. This is due to the betrayal stuff, so the betrayal necklaces. Remember how they were spawning with all these crazy veiled enchantments on them?
Yep.
But some items were just shit holes.
Right.
They were unintendedly too powerful according to GGG. So instead of fully getting rid of it, they made it to where what they really wanted is you to have a way to a currency item based around reforging an item to have that.
Gotcha. Spectral shield throwable. I'm gonna have to look through these.
There's a lot.
There is. All right, so we should go ahead and begin talking about news after we do a quick break for our podcast listeners. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Didn't expect us to go into a 20-minute PoE talk.
Oh, come on. It was bound to happen.
I'm just gonna make some way to make a vampire. Like that's gonna be my thing. Is just gonna try.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a couple people.
Oh, I'm already got all of the classes opened, like all of the class discussion forums opened, and I'm gonna look through there see if I can find some kind of vampire. Ideally, I'd like it to be like the duelist, but I don't think that'll work. It'll probably be since it's strength, it's gonna be a elementalist one.
Either you do an elementalist or probably like go for something like a chieftain.
Yeah. Hopefully there's a chieftain. If not, I'll make an elementalist. I don't have an issue with that. Just all right. Since we are running long already, so I'm just going to go ahead and get us back from break here in 3, 2. And we're back. If you want an ad-free experience, tune in live Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/geekio show or patreon.com/geekio. For as low as $1 a month, you get not only this show, Exploding Dice, both versions of Exploding Dice. More on that if you tune into our pre-show here Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, as well as every other bit of content that we're doing all in one master feed that you can just throw into your podcast listener of choice. You get a little URL, it doesn't change, you just throw it in there, boom, you get everything ad-free. Okay, it is time for some news.
To the news.
Hey, PlayStation 5 finally released an update. And it's a bunch of really good quality of life stuff. You have USB to allow storing games, which is really cool. As well as passing stuff over to USB through saves and stuff like that as well. Share play is going to be a thing. PS5 console owners can let their friends on PS4 consoles view their game stream or even try out PS5 games through share play and vice versa. Options include the ability to share your screen with a friend, pass your controller virtually to a friend, or pass a second controller virtually to play co-op games together. That's really cool.
Really, actually cool.
I don't know how they're going to do that or how well it's going to go, but when that comes out, you can guarantee Scott and I are going to try it out.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I've got a PS4, and I'm not upgrading to a PS5
Well, it
anytime
says here that
soon.
you can do a PS4.
Yeah,
This
that's what I'm
means
saying.
PlayStation 5 console users, like me, can let their friends on PS4 consoles view their games or even try out PS5 games. So, does that mean that you and I can freaking run a Dark Souls or Demon Souls co-op game together? I don't know. Maybe.
Potentially. And everyone's going to see how bad I actually am at Demon Souls, considering I'm actually considered a monster in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I don't know if those skills translate very well. As can
They
be seen by a
don't.
person who...
They do not translate.
Yeah,
My timing is all
I'm
off.
garbage at that game, and I platinum freaking Souls games like they're nothing.
Yeah, Souls games beat the out of me. I can't beat them.
But if we can get this,
Give me a
co-op
Monster
thing to
Hunter
work,
game, and it's nothing.
If we can get this co-op thing to work, we might be able to do something with that. I don't know. It's not out
True.
yet, so it's coming soon. Oh, it's coming tomorrow, actually. So neat. I'll download that and see what's going on with it.
We'll test it in the future.
Exactly. The app is also getting a update where you can kind of...
It went live today.
Yeah, today is Wednesday. God, days are weird. And You manage your PS5 console storage, compare trophy collections with your friends, and sort and filter products shown in the PlayStation Store for the PlayStation 5 on the app, which makes me happy because that stuff existed for the PlayStation 4, but got removed for the PS5 for reasons. So, I'm excited about the updates.
They're interesting updates.
Yeah.
I mean, it might actually mean my PS4 will see more usage than a portal to my Netflix, my Hulu, and my YouTube.
Yeah, once I get that fired up to test out the stuff, we might try and do a stream or something like that. No guarantees, but if Scott and I can get our schedules aligned, we'll do something.
Weekends.
Exactly. Weekends. That's about it. All right, moving on. Nintendo had a Nintendo Indie World today. A bunch of new indie titles popped out. Not many captured my interest too much. You have some that launched today. The Longing, which is a point-and-click adventure. There Is No Game, which is the name of the game. It is a comedy underground adventure game, which swears there is no game. Aerial Knights Never Yield, coming on May 19th, is a futuristic runner. In July, this looks really good to me. Chris Tales is a handcrafted JRPG, coming on July 20th. Last Step is a third-person adventure game, which looks like you're piloting that exosuit from Alien. Road 96 is a procedural road trip adventure. I don't know what that means.
It means it's a life sim type of game. So
Yeah, but I might actually look at that when it comes out.
True.
Just for dumbness. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which is in the same vein as Turtles in Time, which was my fucking jam growing up.
I still have my original cartridge for that, thank you.
Loved that game so damn much.
I broke my hands on that game.
Oh, yeah, dude. And I'm not talking about the fighter one, people. I'm talking about the beat-em-up one.
Mm-hmm. Side-scroller beat-em-ups, people.
Yep. Freaking... Have you played Streets of Rage 4?
Potentially. I'm not sure anymore. I've played so many games.
Dude, it's so good. Like, I was not expecting it to be good. It's so good.
I think the last side-scroller beat-em-up that I played... Actually, I'm not sure. One of the ones I really would like to do, and I would potentially like to do for Chaos Crew, would be like Castle Crashers.
Yeah, I can see that. Aztec Forgotten Gods is an action-adventure game inspired by Aztec mythology, coming this fall, which sounds really freaking cool.
That'll get my interest.
Skull the Hero
like art
Slayer
style.
is a platformer featuring more than 90 playable characters, which the player can change into by swapping heads. It looks very Hollow Knight, and I'm okay with this.
Mm-hmm.
Ollie Ollie World is a skateboarding game, an open-world skateboarding platform adventure. Those were words, and it's coming out this winter. Hindsight is a gorgeous indie puzzle adventure about her, reminiscing about her family, which sounds sweet. Probably going to make me cry, and I don't want to play it. House of the Dead remake. Yes.
I never really enjoyed the House of the Dead game.
Oh, I freaking... and finally, Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals for 2021. Not so much of a indie, because it's from freaking Konami, is Getsufumaken Undying World. From Konami and Guru Guru pairs skill-based combat with a lovely Japanese art aesthetic sometime in 2022. So, yeah. Nintendo bringing the indies.
Yeah, they always do. I
Yeah.
mean,
That's what I
there's
freaking
constantly updates.
yeah, I freaking love that about that system. Like there are just so many good indies that just slide in there. Nobody pays attention to them until they do, and then they explode. Speaking of
Oh, yeah.
exploding, Cyberpunk 2077 got an update.
Uh,
It's still
it
broken,
takes.
you guys.
Yeah, I was reading through some of this, and there's some really funny bugs, in my opinion.
Just, I think they should just can the PS4 and Xbox One versions.
Yes, they should.
Just,
Honestly,
I think they should stop programming for those and just cut their losses. I know it's going to be a ton of money lost, but they're losing more money with it not being on the store.
mm-hmm.
Um, I just think that they should move on to PC and current gen. It's simple
I
as that.
mean, the moment that the new gen is announced for console, they should never try to redevelop for the older.
Exactly, because then you run into things like this.
hmm And supporting code, especially at that level, for the various very technical differences between the consoles, is a
Yeah.
little insane
Yeah.
because um timing is a little different when you're talking operating system versions and oh wait, the hardware alone that it's being utilizing.
Yeah.
Because consoles are very purpose-built machines compared to like, oh no, a PC where I can pull a card out and replace it
Right.
in a heartbeat. You don't find people very often uh extreme cooling their PC, the extreme cooling their console to get a little bit of extra overclock power from it. Because oh wait,
You
you
can't.
just ruined the machine.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently they
That they're
fixed some
honest
cops in
computers.
it, and it's still apparently, from what I've heard from a few of my friends who play it every time an update happens, it's still a buggy mess.
Yeah, like commit a crime on the roof, cops teleport behind you.
Yep.
I just say that's a new challenge. I mean, we lived through the early days of the GTA AI. Come on.
Right, bring it on. I
Ding
super jumped
ding.
into a helicopter and won, damn it.
I didn't hear a bell. Let's keep going. It's
Sorry,
like,
Cyberpunk friends.
yeah, I mean, I honestly haven't even finished the game. I'm right there at the end and going, well, it's a buggy mess. I don't really feel I'm not having tons of problems, but the problems I am having are really actually just detracting from it. And the more I stick my nose and play the way I would, like where I try to break things on purpose,
Right.
the more I actually break things. I'm like, wow, wow. Okay, so apparently if you do this, it does this. Oh, that tanked my PC. Not good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. Just not just from you, but freaking like people with just mad machines. Like it's still they're not able to run it to the best of the abilities, and that's bullshit. Sorry.
hmm I
Ugh.
actually had to like pull things down compared to what I actually should be able to run
Yeah,
just to get it to
that's
stay stable and not jittery.
yeah, that's complete BS. You shouldn't be doing that.
And I run brand new games like Outriders on freaking Ultra.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, so Cyberpunk, get your shit together, man.
CD Projekt Red is doing themselves a disservice. They
They
really
really
do
are.
need
Yeah.
to stop old gen support.
Yeah, immediately. Like I said, I know it would be a loss of a lot of money, but at this point, you're just arguing the sunk cost fallacy. Like
Oh, yeah.
we put this
And they're
money into
costing
it, we
more
have
money.
to make sure it goes out there. No, you don't. Games get canceled all the time, and Sony nor Microsoft are allowing your game on their systems. You might as well just chop off that toe, you got 9 more.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what's this about? A Counter-Strike bug?
This is really something that came up on my radar through some Reddit reading and whatnot, but pulled it into another article. So, a couple years ago, a group called Secret Club released to Valve about a remote code execution vulnerability using Steam invites and their CS:GO platform, where a attacker could inject code into the Steam chat for an invite and then effectively gain command control over someone's computer remotely. And it's been unfixed for over 2 years.
Oh, jeez.
This is stuff that gets scored in our world at like a 9 or 10 as of a risk.
Yeah.
It is scary. It's still present in the source code, and they've reconfirmed it recently, and they've been pushing to try to get this recognized and fixed. It is honestly as what we do, like what I do for a living,
Yeah.
what CJ does for a living. It is. I'm like, the moment I saw this, I'm like, oh no. So I'm like, if you guys play CS:GO or anything, be careful.
Yeah.
There's shitty people out there, especially. I mean, I hate to say it, in that community,
Yes.
especially because it's been around for so long.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be, but
Yeah, I mean, Valve should be really supporting one of their bread and butter, especially when you
Yes.
consider the amount of services that they've got hooked in and backing it.
exactly. CS:GO is such a huge pull for them. It definitely should not be letting bugs this problematic go for 2 years.
Yeah,
It's just
I mean,
bad.
I mean, I panic when I see stuff in my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
I will go out of my way to fix the problem because if I don't, oh, I am just gonna have a bad day.
Exactly.
They need to do something before someone in the wild takes active control of something bad on someone's computer and Valve starts getting blamed for basically leaving an exploitable hole in their environment.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of holes in our environment and our pocketbooks, we're going to have another break here, and then we're going to talk about stuff that we've been playing and what we think about them for our reviews. We will be right back again. Stay tuned.
That's not gonna bake.
Just need to take a drink here.
Not even bake.
All right. Let's talk about video games.
Okay. Video games.
Video games.
The vidges in their games. And yes, I have bacon.
And on that note, we're back. And we're going to talk some video game science.
Science.
All right, this is the reviews where we talk about stuff we've been playing this last week and giving it a scale from 1 to 10. I will go first. I've been playing a lot of also Bravely Default 2. I finally beat it over the last couple of days. I love the Switch so much because it lets me just play wherever.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely loved the original Bravely Default. It came out exactly when I needed it to give me that nice job system, old school Final Fantasy V. Just sink it into my veins, man. Just give me that. And it came out just at the right time, and I played through that, and I loved it on the 3DS, and Bravely Second was a game, And Bravely Default 2, which is a sequel to both of those, because Bravely Second was a continuation of Bravely Default, but not enough. It was kind of an expansion pack for Bravely Default. Bravely Default 2, brand new game, kind of the same thing though. You don't have to have any knowledge of the first game whatsoever. There's nothing connecting to the first game. I'm guessing they're going to Final Fantasy this and just keep going with the numbers, and none of them have any interaction. It is the same world, but a completely different time, region, everything. It is, once again, very Final Fantasy V, job-based JRPG, beautiful graphics, okay voice acting. Combat system is exciting. It keeps the pace with new combat systems in JRPGs by having its namesake, the Brave Default system, where you start out a combat with one Brave point. Now, you can use that Brave point, and it refreshes every single turn. No big deal. You can use that Brave point to attack, cast spells, abilities, anything like that. Or you can default to defend, and that just keeps raising your Brave points. You can attack up to 4 times. You can cast up to 4 spells in a turn. Now, you can go all for broke and just Brave 4 times on round 1 and try and kill everything, which is what I do, and it usually bites me in the ass.
Of course.
Because if you don't, you are without your characters for 3 turns. Like, you forget that an enemy has up reflect, and you decide to go all ham on spells on him.
And kill yourself.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't like your tone, young man.
Fucking someone who doesn't read statuses.
Yep. I'm guilty of that so bad. But, I mean, it's so good. It's so smooth. The world map is expansive and beautiful, and there's lots of places that are off the beaten path that you can go into. That's how you get optional classes and your super items and your super bosses and things like that, just like in a Final Fantasy game. But that being said, it's just like being in a Final Fantasy game. It's the same things. You're the hero of light. You're the heroes of light. You fight the elemental. You go after the elemental crystals. You beat the elemental fiends. Surprise! There's a main bad guy who is not supposed to be the main bad guy, but he's the main bad guy. Oh no! As the world ended, it hits all of those tropes.
Does generic protagonist best friend die?
Yes, in fact. And so, if you're playing this game, don't play it for the story or anything like that, because you're not going to get much out of it, because it's literally boy meets girl, boy and girl go out, meet 2 other people. Those 4 people suddenly, when they're together, activate the crystals, and if they don't save the crystals, the world's going to end. And surprise, they save the world at the end. Sorry, I spoiled the ending for you there. But it is
JRPG, shocker.
Exactly. Like, it hits all of the RPG tropes. But like, if you want a old school feeling game that looks new school, is beautiful, is expansive, I spent 70 hours on it, but I do everything in those. I max out the classes before I move on. I make sure that I get all of the treasure chests in the area. I fight as many things as I can. They made a mistake of basically giving me a Pokemon trainer, so I had to catch them all. You could easily beat the game in 50 hours or so, which is good. Like, and it's such a good feeling to do that. But don't come out of it expecting anything new. Square did not reinvent the wheel on this at all. In fact, they just took off the wheels off of one of their old cars, shined them up super good, and put them on a new car. And that's not a bad thing. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, but I could have dealt with something other than just the same story I've been seeing since Final Fantasy 1.
I'll pick it up when it's on sale.
Yeah, exactly. A surprise game, and they sent me a review copy of this. Black Legend. And this is, I have it on the Switch. And because I play games on the Switch a lot. It's an indie game that was pitched to me as Dark Souls meets Gladius. And those who don't know Gladius, it's basically Roman Final Fantasy Tactics. And you want 4 words to pull me into a game. You cannot get any faster whatsoever than Dark Souls meets Gladius. I actually called the PR representative who sent me this email and physically asked a person for the review copy of this game. And it is dark, and you got all this cool, like, gothic and Lovecraftian themes just kind of floating everywhere, and it's just, there's this hidden something boiling underneath the surface, and you're fighting these weird masked guys who shoot dogs out of their backs. I'm not joking, that's a thing. And, like, it's a weapon-based class system, and a surprisingly deep combat system. The storyline, I haven't gotten too far into. This is one of my 60-minute reviews. So take anything that I'm saying here with a measure of salt, because it could get better or worse by the time I beat the game, and I'm beating this game. I'm also playing the game on hard, because when you tell me it's a Dark Souls game, I'm playing it on hard. That's how you do. And the first fight kicked my ass. Twice.
You know, it's going to be a good game if the first boss kicks your ass.
No,
multiple
not the first
times.
boss. The first fight.
Oh.
Kicked my
you
ass.
Lost to the first.
Twice.
You lost to the tutorial mob.
Twice. And then I realized what they were trying to go with and how to fix that. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's fucking do it.
When game clicks, it feels great.
Yeah, oh yeah. And this game, I put in here 6 out of 7. I think that might be underselling it a bit. I'm going to get actually up to a 7 out of 10 as well. It's so good. And again, this is my 60-minute review of it. I got it yesterday. I haven't really had a lot of time to play it. But expect this game to be in a follow-up review here in a couple of weeks or a month. Because I don't play games as fast as I want to. And yeah, I am so stoked to finish this game, and it is a lot of fun for a little indie game. It is, if you're wanting something fast, this is not it though. The turns take a while, the combat takes a while, and you have to actually think about your movements. There's no permadeath in this, as far as I can tell. Your character's raised with 1 hit point after the fight, unless everybody gets wiped out. You do get a hit point penalty though, until you can get back to a healer for each time that they die. So it is very methodical. You have to think about your turns. You have to think, okay, this enemy, the AI probably is going to move this enemy here because this person is my weakest person. So I'm going to put my archer here, which gives me a direct line there. I'm going to begin my charge ability. So when they step there, it's going to click over, and it's going to get sniped through the head. If they don't, sure, you waste MP, but your alchemist is saved. It's really good.
I enjoy that type of combat.
It's very Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy Tactics and stuff like that. It would be very much so up your alley.
I enjoy tactics games in general. I really enjoy RTS and just strategy games in general.
Yeah, this is it's definitely not RTS, it's SRPG, but it's so good. It's so I would probably say though, pick it up on PC or one of the bigger consoles, because it might play better on one of those. Like the Switch, I'm playing it on there because I just enjoy playing games on my Switch, because I can play them upstairs while I'm just sitting on the couch with the kids. You know, I could just bring it with me wherever I want to go. So the slowness of the game might be a Switch thing. Though I bought and downloaded the soundtrack of this game. It is a very Dark Souls, organ-filled, dramatic music. Like, you get into the game and you get the dun dun dun, and it sends shivers up your spine because this freaking cutscene has this guy where he just gets eaten from the inside out by this black thing and turns into this giant ass demon. And I'm like, if that is a freaking Dark Souls boss, I don't know what the hell is.
I
Scott
mean,
turns black.
yeah, one of my screens, one of my things popped up on my screen.
It's just the timing of me saying that, and then your screen goes out.
Steam popped up in front of me.
So yeah, 7 out of 10 on it for the Switch, for the 60-minute review version of it. I am going to keep playing it. Like I said, expect it here in a couple of weeks or a month. And yeah, Scott, what you got for us?
It's a game that's been kind of just pulling on all of my time that it can. Um, Evil Genius 2 World Domination. It has been dominating my time when it can. If I'm not putting time on Outriders or Monster Hunter Rise, I've got this game running, and I've put about 60 hours on one save at this point.
Oh wow.
It is a real-time strategy and layer building type of game. If you've played any of the dungeon building type of games where you're basically building a trap layout
Yeah.
to protect yourself and your horde rooms, it's that type of a thing, but you're also doing minion management and room management, and it's just phenomenally done. And 60s spy comedy humor in the reverse sense of you being the bad guy and things going from your perspective. It is just it just brings a smile to my face every time I'm playing it.
Okay.
Even if I'm just sitting in the background and letting it run as I work on something else on another screen.
Nothing wrong with that.
Because missions take a real time to process through. So if you click on a mission that says your minions are going to be away to do this mission for 60 minutes, they're really going to be away for 60 minutes to do that mission.
Gotcha.
But you're generating money over 60 minutes.
Yeah.
So send them away, but you also have to start managing your heat. Otherwise, you start getting attacked. Oh, I've got a problem right now in my save where I pretty much am save scumming from a situation where I overextended myself and caused the forces of justice to attack me. And I just wasn't able to recover from the losses of one of the initial hits just because of some poor planning, because I was changing the entire layout of my middle layer that person was passing through. So I got screwed.
Oops.
So some poor planning, learning and grabbing more tools as I go, and I still don't have what I really need, which is a shark trap.
Shock trap?
Yes. Drop people into a shark trap.
Yeah.
Sharks gotta eat too.
Exactly. Don't be cruel.
At
Feed
some
the
point-
sharks.
At some point, I will have an entire floor dedicated to just testing traps on willing test subjects. And by willing, I mean you willingly came to my lair to try to investigate me. You are obviously consenting to testing.
Exactly.
Because if anything, if gaming has taught me anything, the computer from Portal is correct. Testing must continue.
GLaDOS, yes.
Yeah. I would give this game 7 out of 10 at this point. There's some some voice lines and whatnot that, as you go through it, get very, very annoying.
Okay.
If I have to hear that I'm running out of money and that I should probably steal from the world again one more time, I'm really going to go steal from the Bank of the World. And you probably won't see me again because I screwed that up. Don't put me on any list because that's never going to happen. I'm going to stick to playing my video games.
Fair enough.
But it's one of those games you just kind of sit back and play. And unfortunately, it will suck you in. And what will seem like an hour, it was about 4 hours.
Right.
Love it.
Okay. Well, got a
think-
lot of 7s this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, nothing wrong at all with that. Any dang way, I think we should go ahead and wrap up Anything that you want to say, talk about before we head on out of here, my good friend?
Not much, though. We may poke at some of the content from ESO between what CJ and I experiment around with in the background because we hadn't played with this game in a very long time.
Yep.
And the past free weekend got him and I and a few others to download and put some time in. And he and I seem to be putting in some more time past this free weekend, so might be coming back something with next week or so about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I got my stamina necromancer up to 23 today.
Oh, you're surpassing me. I got to work on the doctor more. He's I think level 16.
Dude, just grind just grind parties. Like just
I'm
when
just
you drop
I'm
out of there,
exploring.
like when you drop. Well, since you're running DPS, just drop when you drop out of there, queue up again, and just go running.
Yeah, I mean I can. I'll probably end up doing some of that like this weekend.
I can't do that because I'm
big thing-
tanking, so I'm instantly queued up into it. So today was literally just playing non-stop dungeon queues. Also, I'm trying to level the Dauntless or Undaunted faction, so literally I need to be in dungeons.
True. I have run some of the public dungeons solo, not all of their bosses yet, just because I don't have great gear. So once I have better gear, I can attempt some of those solo challenges on my Stam Warden.
Fair enough. All right, so we record Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/geekio show. And yeah, that's when you can see us live, watch us fumble through tech issues, even though we are tech intelligent people. Thanks, Internet. Geek-io.net/links will give you links to our Patreon, all of our channels, all of our Facebook, all of our social medias, all of that. Geek-io.net/links. If you want to chat with us anytime, day or night, geek-io.net/discord is the place that you want to be. We love you all. Be good to one another, and we will see you right back here on Wednesday or on Friday for Path of Exile. Bye.
Hi, guys.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.